go ahead and do a splitter right here. Actually, that means I'm probably going to move you. This way. You there. Do I do the... Yeah, I think we'll do this. Do as many smelters here as I can manage. Looks like 4. Okay. Fine. Don't worry about my energy, damn it. Don't you worry about my energy, fool. Actually, whilst I'm here, maybe make one of those. Yeah. That might not be a bad idea. Just in case of emergency, right? Here, I'll take that off. And we will build this. I'll build it over here, right? It's a little more out of the way. There. That'll help. And then in terms of my power, ooh, I am not meeting the power requirements. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go and put down some more wind turbines. That's fine with me. So, since I have to do that, I believe I will probably go ahead and spend a couple minutes here, and we're gonna clear out a whole lot of this area of all of these rocks. And actually, how much? I have a lot of rocks on me. Maybe I could turn those into bricks. No, they're pretty much gonna. Well, no, I can do this. Yes, we'll turn them into bricks, and then I'll turn those into foundations because I did bring a good amount of metal with me. So that'll get rid of some of that. But yeah, I'm gonna spend a whole bunch of time clearing this out, and we're gonna fill it up with wind turbines, and I will see you when we get back. So see you in just a sec. Okay, so I cleaned it all up and I put down the last of my wind turbines. So my power generation here is 10 megawatts, and I'm currently using half of that. So we don't got a whole lot of wiggle room, but we can make some things happen. Yeah. So I have all of these, and I need to actually real quick make foundations with all that brick I got. I don't want to use all my steel because I might need some of it, but I can use a little bit of it, make some more foundations, and we will go ahead and throw a little bit of foundation support down over here, and we're gonna cut off the little lava kind of thing. Like that. So now I should have no problems making a conveyor belt that will run down this way. And all you guys need to do is make me iron ingots, friends. And in fact, you know what? I'm gonna change the direction I'm going with this. We we are going to bring this down this way. I'm going to put down a couple more foundations. Right here. Oh, I missed a rock. My bad. I missed a rock. There we go. I will remedy this immediately. Okay, now let's go ahead and put down as much of this production as I possibly can. I hope I can fit all of these smelters on here. I should be able to just by the skin of my teeth. And actually, no, hold up. No, I only need 2 over here. That's right. Because it requires, the circuit boards require 1 copper ingot and 2 iron ingots. That's how that works. That's right. Okay, so you guys need to do copper ingots. And then we will go ahead and do this. And actually, now that I look at it, maybe I have this the wrong way around. No, this'll work. This'll work, yeah. We'll go ahead and do this. And then I will go ahead and do this. And we will go ahead and put down our assemblers. Like so. Of course, they need power. That should do. That should do it to it. Put your copper ingots out there. And here we want... Let's see, I'll do... slower ones there, the faster ones there, and you guys need to be making circuit boards. And the circuit boards I want to get shipped out this way. So then, with the circuit boards taken care of, next thing will be to make microcrystalline components. So what we're going to do here is actually I'm going to make a break right here, put down a splitter right here. Some of this copper ore this way. That way I can put a couple more smelters down. Probably just 2. 2 should do it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put 1 storage. I'm not gonna do the crazy thing and put down 2 stacked on top of each other. But I will go ahead and put that because I want that constantly making circuit boards, constantly making circuit boards all the time. That should never stop. Then we'll use the splitter over here to... give us something like this. Put down a couple more smelters. 4 should be nice. Yes, 4 will do nicely. We'll copy that. Boom, 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 boom. Throw this down like so. What was it that needed? It was the microcrystalline components, yes. That is what needed both. So, I guess we will do this like this. I believe this is made in an assembler, right? Yes, assembler. So I want one there, one there, one there. No. Don't connect those. Crossing the streams, man. You don't do that. You don't do that. That doesn't want to do it that way, so we will do this. Like that. So, microcrystalline processor, if you would be so kind. And I will run these back this way. No. That, like that, like that. And then the microcrystalline processors get used in the actual processors. Right, so how do I want to move those around? I guess we will just do this. Oakley dokley, so we are once again taking this belt over another belt. So once again, I have to do post commentary here. And it's pretty self-explanatory. We're just kind of routing this belt around all of this other stuff. And I want to route it over towards where the circuits were being made. So I bring it over there, and I'm like, okay, so I guess I need to bring the circuit boards over here somewhere then to put them all together onto an assembly line. Of course, my wireless power tower is kind of in the way just a little bit, but it's nothing we can't get around. So then we just kind of pull these out in a line. Quick and dirty, quick and simple. And put down a couple of assemblers. I initially think about putting them on that side, but then I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, where am I gonna put all this? It's like, nah, I'll put them down on this side. And I can only put down a couple because I've only got 3 assemblers making the circuit boards, and I think I've only got three assemblers making the microcrystalline components as well, which is not a great ratio, honestly. At three making microcrystalline components is not going to keep up with 2 assemblers making processors. For the most part, at least, it won't. It can do all right. I mean, right now they're all backed up because I've had that, you know, line basically not using anything for a while, but eventually it's going to be a problem. I mean, but really it's only a problem if I absolutely need processors, you know, being brought to me immediately all the time. Right now we're just kind of doing this by hand, so it's not really that big of a deal if I can't completely keep up with production. Set up the output line over here. And of course, we're kind of close to the pole, so there is some funky pathing that decides to go on over here. And I had not yet discovered shift click to get rid of entire lines, unfortunately. That would have made this a little bit quicker, a little bit less painless. Not that it was that painful, but it was a little painful. More painful to watch, not more than anything. But yeah, we do a straight line there, and then I'm like, okay, so this is how it's gonna have to bend here. And it doesn't look super great, but it doesn't look absolutely awful either. So we can make it work. We can make it work. And then I believe I put a storage thing down, a Mark II storage. Yes. Yes, very good, very good. 2 of them even. Because I know I'm going to want a lot of processors in the long run. And so those are getting sucked up in there, so I go ahead and cut off the ends of that line. It's never going to get used. And we throw the extra microcrystalline components in here, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe I just take them with me. Unfortunately, my inventory is like completely full of stone at this particular point in time. Oh no. Oh no. I know what's coming up. Thrank's is gonna give me grief for it. I already know this. Oh my goodness. It's awful. It's ugly. I want to pretend it doesn't exist, but I can't, unfortunately, because it's on video. So now I'm looking at, I guess I'm looking at thrusters here for some reason. I don't have, I guess I was thinking about how I was going to set up, you know, shipping these things back home, eventually, back to the homeworld, Ties Prime. And I was thinking I was going to set up a logistics area kind of over here on the pole, just because that would be kind of simple in some aspects. Now that I know a little bit more about the game, I also realize it's actually a little bit more complicated in other aspects. Maybe not the greatest of choices, but it's okay. I believe now that I'm getting all of this footage edited and whatnot, and I've had time to make plans and kind of think through what I want to do in this system. I think where I'm actually going to end up making this particular planet my main production hub. Like, I'm just going to ship everything from my homeworld over to here. And there is a reason for that. A reason I won't go into just yet, but there is a reason for that. Okay, so I end up moving that. I wanted to make a smelter for magnets, I think? Or was I doing... No, I was trying to make some cogs, I think. Yeah, because I think cogs was one of the things that was limiting me, right? Yeah, it was one of the things that was limiting me, so I go ahead and put an assembler down here. I just grab some iron ingots off of here and make some cogs. I just do it quick and dirty, not anything graceful or anything like that. It's just make sure it works, right? And I was initially thinking I was just going to put cogs in here along with the circuit boards, but then I'm like, you know what, maybe, and that's why I set the filter to only output circuit boards right there. But then later I'm kind of thinking, you know what, no, this is going to have, there's going to be a problem with that, right? Where I'm going to end up having this thing filled with cogs because they're not getting used, but the circuit boards are actually getting sent over to my processor line. And so the circuit boards are eventually going to get used, but the cogs never will. So eventually, if I leave things this way, this thing will just completely get filled up with cogs. So doing things this way is actually not going to work at all. And I think I realized this relatively quickly. And I decided to change how this works. Yeah, I think right now I'm thinking about this and I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. This could potentially be a problem. Yes, and then I just put down a Mark 1 storage, and I'm like, you know what? No, let's not do that. Let's get rid of that, and we're just going to put those cogs in the smaller storage box over here. Yes, better idea, much better. And then I just take the cogs out of there and reopen that up because, you know, I just want circuit boards forever. Yep, and I think I'm just kind of reiterating that problem that I envisioned happening here. So yeah, this recording session actually went relatively well in terms of not muting my mic. There is this brief session. There's another brief session a little bit later where I actually muted my mic for like maybe like 30 seconds, and then it came back. Or no, I unmuted for about 30 seconds, then I remuted, and that only lasted for about 2 minutes, and then so I'm having to do relatively little post commentary for this session. I also, like, this recording session was like 3 hours long, but I actually kind of like stopped talking about 2 hours through, a little more than that, because I was just like, you know, ending off the session, and the rest of what I was going to do was just build up my power grid with more wind turbines, clear land, and all that stuff that people really don't care about watching for the most part. But yeah, I'm looking at my setup here and I'm like, oof, man, that's not super great. Like the amount of time that it's taking for me to get the high purity silicon and all of that made, and then the microcrystalline components, like, they are really trickling through. But at the same time, like, I need some of the other stuff, so there's not a whole lot I can do about it as of this point in time, unless I want to do what I end up doing later, which is put down another miner to mine those silicon veins. And I don't do that now, but eventually we go that route. So now at this point, I basically have everything that I want to have set up here set up. So I think the rest of what I do is we put down a thing there and I take a look at the power grid and I'm like, okay, the power grid is working. It's not 1000% perfect, but it is enough power to make sure that all of this stuff is going to continue running. So at this point, I'm like, okay, so the whole point of coming over here was to get titanium and bring it home, right? And I'm looking at my inventory and I'm like, holy hell, I have a lot of stone. I need more inventory space, right? I need more inventory space to bring back titanium ingots. And this is where things get real dirty. I decide, okay, I'm just gonna turn all of this stone